No. My intro is, good morning, Lakeland. This is Sparkles in the AM.
And you are listening to Lake Effect Radio.
And you are listening to Lake Effect Radio. So, today I'm not alone. Yay! Why don't you introduce yourself?
No.
Oh, okay. If you
I
don't want
am unknown.
to. Okay, so I've got Unknown in the booth here with me.
Exactly.
And we're just going to, talk a little bit about what we did over this last weekend. I heard you went and saw a play for Halloween.
I did.
Let's hear a little bit about that.
So, the play I saw was Dracula the Musical. It was a comedy
I hope so.
on Halloween in a church. So, it was very interesting.
I bet.
It basically was how Dracula was taking over people, and a family decided that they were going to become lunatics and stop them.
And how does music play into that?
There was a lot of singing, but you couldn't really understand why they were singing, except for the crazy guy. So there's this crazy guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he had the look of crazy guy and everything. And he had some kind of issue where anytime you mentioned a place that he's been, he breaks out into songs.
Okay. Like, are they related to the place that he's been, or is it just whatever?
No, yeah, he's a gypsy.
Okay.
But his issue was that he had a power to possess.
Okay.
So anytime he started singing, everybody started singing and dancing.
That's beautiful.
So, like, in the middle, somebody would be like, I remember, like, it was Delaware. Like, somebody said something, it wasn't Delaware exactly. They were like, I'm going to deli this sandwich and wear it. And the guy went, Delaware. And they would start kicking, dancing, and then they would, like, go crazy.
Oh, that sounds amazing, actually.
It was funny.
I bet.
Except Dracula threw a bat at the window and broke the window.
Like, legitimately?
Mm-hmm. He wasn't supposed to throw it so hard. He threw it really hard, and it broke the window.
Of the church. Was it a stained glass window or just a
No,
normal
it was just
one?
a normal window this time.
Okay, just this time.
Yeah.
So this happens often?
I wonder.
I do, too, because that sounds like it'd be really expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got the money. They're okay.
They must do really well.
I hope so. They're breaking windows.
Yeah, usually you're supposed to become successful, then start breaking things. Not the other way around.
I think they're starting early.
They're starting early.
They're starting early. They're just trying to already start it.
Okay, so they're trying to draw in some extra attention by breaking things.
Yep.
And pretending that they're already famous.
So my shift manager tells me, he's like, you're coming to my play. I was like, okay. We get out there. There's nowhere to park.
Oh, lovely.
I'm like, where do I park? He's like, anywhere. I'm like, that's not how it goes. I broke the parking lot.
Okay.
And I'm like, where do I park? He's like, just park somewhere. Walk over.
Okay.
So I got lost in the middle of Conneaut. I've never been out there by myself. I got lost in the middle of Conneaut trying to figure out where I was at.
Lovely.
Ended up going down this creepy dead-end street on Halloween night. And I was like, it was like 9 o'clock. No, it was about 7:30.
Okay.
And creepy. People are trick-or-treating.
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled out a dead-end street with no lights.
Oh, no.
So, hey, it's Craig. Bye, Craig.
Okay. I don't see him.
He's walking away.
Aw. He probably has, class or something to go to.
Probably. Like normal people.
Yes, those normal people with classes. Either way.
I believe I have a class. I'm not sure, though.
I have one eventually.
Eventually?
Eventually.
Oh, gosh. What'd you do Halloween?
Oh, I went to this party, and I also cooked dinner for my family, and apparently it was such a big thing that my dad thought he should post a picture of me on Facebook cooking dinner. I was in costume, though.
That explains it.
Yeah, no, I was dressed up as Hermione, and he tagged it and said something about the fact that I was giving the house elves the night off because, Hermione.
Yeah. I see what he did there.
What are you talking about? I did that.
I see what you did there.
Just because he posted it doesn't mean I didn't come up with the brains of it.
So are you saying you're the brains of the operation, or he's the brains of the operation?
When it comes to anything Harry Potter related, I'm the brains.
Understandable.
He doesn't know anything about the Harry Potter universe, but I'm kind of a little bit of nuts when it comes to that field.
I understand. I have quite a few friends who are a little eccentric about
Well, I'm not.
specific fandoms. I'm not gonna name any white collar or any people, Grace and Emily, about their excessive fandoming.
At least it's not Super Hulock. That's just a crazy fandom right there.
No, my girlfriend is going through the Reese and Finch fandom. What is it? Finch or whatever it's called? Or
I'm not. I don't know.
Freeze. I don't even know what she calls it. But she's going through that right now. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, person of interest. I'm like, you cannot do that to them. That is terrible.
Oh, I have some horrible crossover, fandoms that are just. I'm not even going to mention on the air because most people won't get it, so.
No, we're good.
I'm also insane, so, shh.
Being insane is part of college life. You have to be insane in order to be successful to be part of college life.
Yeah, I was going to say fun, successful part. Because
I mean, you could not be insane and just hate your life and come to college because you want to make it different. But then you're not going to enjoy yourself. You're just going to be here to get money. Or you can be like me, go to college because you can work 40 hours a week and think that it's going to somewhat how work out that you're going to pass your classes, work 40 hours a week, and everything's going to work out correctly. That's when you become truly insane.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm only doing part-time work, full-time student, so,
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't. I would fail all of my classes if I tried to do full-time for both, or even full-time work. Work takes too much time.
Work is amazing. I like the money work gives me.
Uh-huh.
It's really nice.
Money is really nice.
You know what I don't like?
Putting your time in?
No, the
Dealing
bills I
with the
take.
people.
The bills that
The
take
bills
the
that
money. See what I do. I don't have an issue. I love what I do. I work with animals. I work with people.
Yeah.
So I get to deal with all that kind of craziness. Like yesterday, we had a tarantula jump out of its cage,
What?
and we had to chase it down.
I would be running, screaming for the exit.
Most people did.
I wonder why.
'Cause I opened the lid and I was getting ready to water it, and nobody told me. Well, I didn't even notice. I wasn't paying too much attention. I was hurrying up to get everything done. I opened the top of the lid, the cage, just enough to where I could pour the water in, but he had happened to be right at the corner.
Oh.
And so I opened it, and he pops his head up, and I was like, "Don't move. You stay there." And my manager, she comes over. She's not afraid of him, so she comes over and she's like trying to coax it up to get it back in. Jumps over top of her hand.
Oh.
Jumps on her. Is like scurrying, and it's moving fast, so it's scurrying around her. And jumps on the floor, runs under the shelvings. So I'm sitting on the floor, with a pair of tongs, trying to just coax it back out of the shelving so we can actually grab it. We put it back in the cage and just sitting there looking at us like, yeah, I just did that.
I'm terrified of spiders. That I would be screaming and running in circles and
Bye, Emily.
probably run into something because I'm a klutz.
Can they hear us out there?
They should be able to. Yeah, they should be.
So I said bye, Emily, and she never said anything.
I don't know.
Maybe my girlfriend is not talking to me now.
I don't know. Maybe we should play some music and check that out.
That's a good idea.
Alrighty.
Music break. What are we gonna play?
I don't know. I'm thinking of something. Nope, not that.
No, you should go to Spotify.
I don't have a Spotify.
I do.
Alright, well then you need to log in.
I have a commercial-free Spotify.
Ooh. Let's see what he's gonna do. Oh, but yes, so yes, there's no edge to the one side of the screen, so it can do that. But yeah, anybody else have any fun stories of things that happened over the weekend? I'd love to hear from you in the chat, if you can actually hear me. But my weekend was a little bit less crazy. No spiders or Dracula musicals.
The spider was yesterday.
Oh, the spider was...
The spider was yesterday. A lot of things happened yesterday that made my life crazy.
Okay. Well, still, that's just insane. I don't even, like I said, spiders terrify me.
Are you scared of snakes?
No.
Good.
I used to be terrified. Back when I was like around 7, my family went to Universal Studios and we went and saw the animal show live. And they said, all right, can we have a volunteer from the audience? Little 7-year-old me is going, oh, that sounds like a great idea. So I raise my hand and actually get picked. So they sit me down on the stage on some crates and say, stick your finger out in the air. And in the crates on the side of the stage, there's birds. You're going to close your eyes and we're going to let the birds out. So I go, all right, close my eyes, stick my finger out there and wait. All of a sudden, I feel this pressure on my lap. And I'm going, that's not a bird. They had brought out a giant ball python that could probably swallow me whole.
It was actually probably a boa constrictor. Because I own a ball python.
Okay.
They only get about 5 feet.
Okay, then a boa constrictor.
Yeah, if it's longer than 5 feet, it's most likely a boa constrictor or a different type of python.
Okay. Sorry.
Nope.
I've been corrected. All right. So
informed. Not corrected. Informed.
Informed. All right. So a giant boa constrictor. And it was just sitting on my lap, and I was terrified because, you know what? Like I said, it could eat me probably in one bite very easily, especially with the unhinging jaw thingy. And so I'm just sitting there, and they're asking me questions like, how does it feel? And is it slimy? And I'm just sitting there mortified. And they're telling me the answers I'm supposed to be giving. And I'm just like, yeah, it feels like that. and from that day on, I was terrified until I got into, middle school in 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
We had a little pet snake, and it actually was a ball python because it was just an itty-bitty thing. And I actually spent a lot of quality time with that because I was always left in school after school. And we became great friends. I'd have him climb in the filing cabinets. It was beautiful.
I have, right now, if anyone knows snakes and knows morphs, I have a butter pastel ball python. It's a very beautiful snake.
Mm-hmm.
But it is not a normal snake.
Okay.
I don't pick normal animals.
Of course not.
Every animal I have ever picked out is never normal. I pick them because they're awesome.
Alrighty.
So I have this butter pastel ball python.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of hiding like normal snakes do, if you ever know anything about snakes, ball pythons themselves want to be in a dark spot, left alone, leave me out of, like, don't mess with me.
Yeah.
My snake has none of that.
Oh.
He takes a log and he pushes it away from the wall. He goes behind the log, pushes himself up against it, and sits against the glass and watches everything. And then when you take him out, he just wants to be curious and just do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But he does not want to go back in the cage. I tried putting him away last night 3 times, and he's like, no.
I'm good. I like it out here.
So.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But my girlfriend hates it.
I wonder why. I could never own a snake. I would never be able to feed it. The concept of feeding a pet to a pet, because in my mind, if it has a face still, it's a pet. If you might have.
What if it's already like dead? What if it's frozen?
It still has a face.
You can cover the face.
And I'm really weird because, you know what, I have no reserves about eating meat, but, you know, the fact that it still has a face.
I mean, I understand. There's a lot of people who they don't want snakes just because of that reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's like but it's like with any reptile. Like most reptiles will eat crickets and stuff.
Yeah.
And there are people who won't buy reptiles just because they don't want to feed them crickets.
Yeah.
Like
I was like that as well until I got my toad a while ago, and I had to feed it crickets. And the only reason why I could deal with that is because I don't like anything with more than 4 legs. That's like a belief that I have down to my deepest core. If it has more than 4 legs, it shouldn't be anywhere near me. So I actually had issues at first because I didn't want to.
What if it has no legs?
What if it has no legs? That's fine.
Okay.
That would qualify as snake.
Not necessarily.
Snake has no legs.
Snake has no legs, but there are other animals that don't have legs.
Yeah, I don't like worms either, but I'm not going to freak out over them. They're in that field. Although I do consider fish as having 5 legs. So,
Wait. I love my fish tank. And I have...
They're okay to look at, but I don't want to touch them and I don't want to eat them.
Well, you don't touch fish.
Some of them you can.
You're not supposed to.
Probably.
Okay, fish have a slime coat.
Uh-huh.
And if you touch them, you take off their slime coat.
Yeah.
So they lose their protection. It's like a force field.
It's like a force field. Or a
Fish,
slime coat.
fish literally have a force field around them at the moment. Like, if
Until
your
you
fish
touch
is
them.
healthy and happy, it has a force field.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we just government? If you're listening to us right now, take this as a study. Look at fish, see how their force field works, and make one. And then we just give it to the public, and we can all have force fields, and it solves everyone's issues.
Except for our force fields would only be made out of, like, slime. It wouldn't be able to protect us from a lot of things.
But the whole point, the whole point is you got to modify it to make it to protect you from everything. The government's got money; they can do it.
Oh, no, they don't. The government's got our money. Don't get me started there.
Use what I pay you and go
And
figure
actually
this
use
out.
it for something useful.
No, just give it to me. It's okay.
But instead of taking my money, you just leave it to me, and I use it as I wish. Crazy
But-
concept.
But that's not how it works.
I know.
Unless you want it to be, that's how it works. And then you just don't pay your taxes, and then the IRS comes and knocks on your door and be like, "Where's our money?" And then you gotta hand them the money. And it turns into a really big mess.
Well, see, no, I want the government to acknowledge that they shouldn't take our money. It's not going to happen, but it would be wonderful if it did.
Well, that's another story for another time.
Yeah, that's a whole different argument.
That's a whole different topic. Well, we're not going to open. Speaking of worms, we're not going to open that can of worms.
Right.
All right. So if you don't want a reptile and you don't like fish and you hate birds like I do, I am not a bird fan.
I don't do birds either. They're
I suggest ferrets.
I prefer rats.
If you have time, hello. If you have time, get a ferret.
I'll stick to my rats.
But ferrets are like a rat, a snake, a dog, and a cat, all combined into one little animal. That is just awesome. Like, they are amazing creatures. I have 2 of them.
You have 2 ferrets?
I have 2 ferrets.
Is that legal?
Yes.
Okay.
You're allowed. Some people have 5.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as they're descented,
All right.
because they're part of the skunk family.
I thought something along that line,
Yeah.
but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, as long as they're descented. And if you ever buy, hi Allie, if you ever buy a ferret from most pet stores, depending on their breeder, like if you go through Marshall's, most of their ferrets, if not all of their ferrets, are descented and fixed because you can't legally breed
Yeah.
ferrets.
I don't know. I have an issue with that because I don't even like getting my cats declawed.
No, it's not declawed. It's just
Well, yeah, but I know it's not declawed, but the fact that you're performing a major surgery on them to remove part of who they naturally are.
well, yeah, actually, ferrets aren't a natural thing.
Ferrets aren't a natural thing.
They were bred. Like
Really?
like most dogs, they were bred. They were bred to hunt rats and mice, and
So ferrets don't exist in nature?
not normally. Normally, their closest relative is a weasel.
Huh. Never knew that.
Yeah,
The more you know.
it's like most dogs. Most dogs don't actually exist in nature.
Well, yeah.
They were bred, crossbred, and bred.
Yeah, from wolves and all that jazz.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I didn't know that ferrets didn't exist in nature.
hmm It's like guinea pigs. No one actually knows where guinea pigs came from.
Wait, no, I had a guinea pig and I did research on this. I don't remember.
They don't come from Guinea.
No.
And they are not part of the pig family.
No, they're not.
So.
But they're related to what's it called, the capybara.
Oh yeah, they're related to the capybara, but they're not like. No one actually knows the original orientation of where they came from.
Origin.
Orientation, same thing.
I don't know. My brain goes somewhere
See,
else.
I
when you
bred
say
guinea
it.
pigs for 5 years.
Really?
Yes, it's a handful.
I believe that. I had a pair of guinea pigs and they were a handful.
At one point, I had 10, I believe, if it was the final tally.
Wow.
I had like 3 different cages.
I bet.
I had. The first 2 I had were the mother and father.
Uh-huh.
Then we inherited one, and we kept him separate. The mother and father had
A
babies,
litter.
a litter, and then we put one of the babies with the other one and bred them.
Okay.
So we eventually had quite a big selection.
Yeah, I bet.
And
And at least they weren't all crossbred, so.
yeah, and they weren't crossbred, and it ended up turning into a money issue because
You couldn't
when you
afford
have
it.
10 guinea pigs, you have to have 3 different cages,
Yeah.
and they have to be huge cages. We're not talking
Yeah.
like the mini cages you
Yeah,
buy at a pet
no.
store. Where they were like, they were like dog crate,
Yeah.
like large dogs, like massive crates,
Yeah.
because guinea pigs need a lot of space.
Oh, yes, they do.
And
yeah.
You have to have bedding for that.
Yeah, and that's a lot of
that's a lot of
bedding.
money. Unless you're using towels, that's a lot of money.
Tractor Supply is a good place to get large amounts of bedding like that.
Yeah. Tractor Supply, a lot of pet stores, depending on where you go, have
Well,
it.
They have usually pet stores have them in the smaller sizes, and then places like Tractor Supply have them in the huge containers, so you can, and they have it at a lower cost because it's packaged all together.
It's a different supplier.
Yeah, and it kind of depends on needs there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a breeder, you're not going to go to a pet store for
No.
your stuff because if you're a breeder, you obviously know where you're going to get your stuff.
Yeah, you have your own thing of suppliers.
Yeah, like it's
a business at that point.
I know breeders. I've been friends with breeders for different animals, and they have a system.
Yeah,
They'll
they
go to
have-
the store. They'll buy their cats Friskies cat food. But when it comes to their animals that they're breeding, if they're breeding like guinea pigs, or if they're breeding rabbits, or
Yeah.
they will spend thousands upon thousands
Well,
upon
it's a
thousands of
business.
dollars. Yeah.
At that point, it's a business, and you
Well,
know,
some of my friends don't even do it for business. It's just a fun thing for them to do.
really
Mm.
hobbies.
Hobbies. I have friends of all walks of life. So I mean, if you ever want stories, I got stories.
Oh, awesome.
But all right, we're gonna take a break.
All right. Yeah, you can play a song.
Let's go.
Oh, okay.
We'll do this one.
Oh, don't you dare look back. Just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, ooh, shut up and dance with me. We were victims of the night. Our chemical, physical kryptonite. Helpless to the base and the fading light. Oh, we were bound to get together, bound to get together. She took my arm, I don't know how it happened. We took the floor and she said, oh, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, ooh, shut up and dance with me. A backless dress and some beat up sneaks. My discotheque, Juliet. I felt it in my chest as she looked at me. I knew we were bound to be together, bound to be together. She took my arm, I don't know how it happened. We took the floor and she said, oh, don't you dare look back, just keep your eyes on me. I said you're holding back. She said, shut up and dance with me. This woman is my destiny. She said, ooh, shut up and dance with me.
Come watch the Lakeland basketball teams as they take on Owens at Lakeland Community College on February 17th. The women start at 5:30 and the men start at 7:30. You can listen on www.livestream.com/Lakeland's Lake Effect Radio. Come watch the Lakeland basketball teams on November 17th as they play Mercyhurst Northeast at Lakeland Community College. The women start at 5:30 p.m. and the men start at 7:30 p.m. If you would like to listen, you can go to www.livestream.com/Lakeland's Lake Effect Radio.
This is Mike Robinson from Contacts and Confidence, and you are listening to Lake Effect Radio.
I want to thank you very much for coming, all right? It's time to do a love song for you. This is a song about love. You love someone so much that you love them to death. Dance with the dead of my dreams. Listen to their hallowed screams. The dead have taken my soul. Temptation has lost all control. Dead skin.
started with a whisper. That was when I kissed her. And then she made my lips hurt. I could hear the chit-chat. DVT and lotion. Mama's always got a backtrack when everybody talks back. Hey honey, you could be my drug. You could be my new prescription. Too much to be an overdose. All this trash talk make me itchy. Oh my, my shit. Everybody talks, everybody talks, everybody talks. It started with a whisper. That was when I kissed her. And then she made my lips hurt. I could hear the chit-chat. DVT and lotion. Mama's always got a backtrack when everybody talks back. Never thought I'd live to see the day when everybody's words got in the way. Hey sugar, give me all your love. All you giving me is friction. Hey sugar, what you gotta say? It started with a whisper, and that was when I kissed her. And then she made my lips hurt. I could hear the chit-chat. Take me to your love shack. Mama's always got a backtrack when everybody talks back. Everybody talks, everybody talks. Whoa. Everybody talks, everybody talks. Whoa. Everybody talks, everybody talks. Everybody talks, everybody talks. Started with a whisper. Everybody talks. That was when I kissed her. Everybody talks. And then she made my lips hurt. Everybody talks. Everybody talks. Everybody talks. Everybody talks.
Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, mail, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, cut it, paste it, save it, load it, check it, quick rewrite it, plug it, play it, burn it, rip it, drag and drop it, zip, unzip it, lock it, fill it, call it, find it, view it, go it, jam, unlock it, surf it, scroll it, pause it, click it, cross it, back it, switch it, date it, name it, rate it, tune it, print it, scan it, send it, fax, rename it, touch it, print it, pay it, watch it, technologic. One more time. One more time.
Like the legend of the phoenix, yeah. All ends with beginnings. It keeps the planet spinning. The force from the beginning. No.
We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our close to the stars.
Say, we're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get sun. We're up all night to get fun. We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get sun. We're up all night to get fun. We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get up all night to get lucky.
Last night I had a dream about you. In this dream I'm dancing right beside you. There's nothing wrong with just a little bit of fun. We were dancing all night long. Oh, I don't know what to do about this dream and you. I hope this dream comes true. One more time. Hey, we're gonna celebrate. Oh yeah, alright, don't stop the dancing. One more time, we're gonna celebrate. Harder, make it better. Faster, makes us stronger. Never, hour after. Our work is never over. Work it harder, better. We faster, makes us stronger. More than ever, hour after. Our work is never over. Our work it harder, make it better. Do it faster, makes us more than ever. Our work is never over. Work it harder, make it better.
shadow.
Music's got me feeling so free. Celebrating, dance so free. One more time, music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate, celebrate and dance so free. Tonight, hey, just feel it. Music's got me feeling me. One more time, music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate, celebrate and dance to the sun. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night to get fun. We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get fun. We're up all night to get fun. We're up for one more night. We're up all night to the sun. Celebration. Feeling so free. Whoa, one more night. We're up all night to the sun. Celebration. Feeling so our work is never over. to tomorrow's dreams, but they're not quite what they seem. I can move mountains, I can work a miracle, work a miracle. Oh, oh, oh. I'll keep you like an oath. May nothing but death do us part. You'll find a way, and make death find you alive. Take me down the line, in Drum City we turn the tide. You'll find a way, and make death find you alive. Take me down the line, in Drum City we turn the tide. She wants to dance like Uma Thurman, bury me till I confess. She wants to dance like Uma Thurman, and I can't get you out of my head. I can move mountains, I can work a miracle, work a miracle. Oh, 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 keep you like an oath. May nothing but death do us part. I can move mountains, I can work a miracle, work a miracle. Oh, 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 keep you like an oath. May nothing but death do us part.
Struck by lightning sounds pretty frightening, but you know the chances are so small. Stuck by a bee sting, nothing but a bee thing. Better chance you're gonna buy it at the mall. But it's a 23 or 4 to 1 that you can fall in love by the end of this song. So get up, tell the bookie put a bet on not a damn thing will go wrong. The odds are that we will probably be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright tonight. The odds are that we will probably be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright for another night. Hit by the A train, crashed in an airplane. I wouldn't recommend either one. Killed by a great white or a meteorite. I guess there ain't a way to go that's fun. But somewhere in the world, someone is gonna fall in love by the end of this song. So get up, no one's never gonna let them, so you might as well sing along. The odds are that we will probably be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright tonight. The odds are that we will probably be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright for another night. Sure, things go wrong, but I'll take my chances. Odds are wrong, so why not play? Struck by lightning sounds pretty frightening, but you know the chances are so small. Hit by the A train, crashed in an airplane. Better chance you're gonna buy it at the mall. But it's a 23 or 4 to 1 that you can fall in love by the end of this song. So get up, no I'm never gonna let them, so you might as well sing along. The odds are that we will probably be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright tonight. The odds are that we will probably be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright tonight. The odds are that we will probably be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright tonight. The odds are that we will probably be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright. Odds are we gonna be alright for another night.
Alrighty, Lakeland. That's the end of our show. This is Lake Effect Radio, and this is your guest, DJ Sparkles. Hey, and our mystery guest who refuses to reveal their identity.
I will never speak.
Except for right there, and then.
Well, that doesn't count. I'm technically not speaking. I'm telepathically using my words to communicate my thoughts.
Without using your mouth, so therefore it's not speaking?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say.
Exactly. Don't question it. Just let it happen.
But have a great day at Lakeland. All right. Bye.